Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about people who only have energy to work for other people. You know what I'm saying? So you got people out there to whereas they only have the energy to work for other people. So when it comes to working on yourself, all of a sudden your energy disappears. You know what I'm saying? I want to understand like the psychology of this, right? So when it comes to working for other people, you have the energy. But when it comes to working on yourself, you have no energy. So what's the psychology behind this, right? And this is not to even look down on these type of people, but this is just to open like this is just to speak the facts and to just open people's minds to this perspective right here. So look, when it comes to working for other people, you have the energy to do it because we're looking at the actions. When it comes to working for other people, your actions show us that you have the energy to do that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to working on yourself, your actions show us that you don't have the energy for that. So look, so you mean to tell me you have all this energy to work for, you have all this energy to work for other people, but when it comes to working on yourself, your energy suddenly disappears. So this is like, it's like there's an imaginary, just pretend, right? Let's pretend like there's an imaginary line. On this side of this line is working on yourself, and on the other side of this line is working for other people. When you cross over to working for other people, you cross over that line, all of a sudden, oh man, now I have the energy to do this. I could work for real. So you have the energy to work for other people, but when you cross over that line to work on yourself, it's like your energy is gone. What is the psychology behind this? How is this possible? To whereas you have energy to work for other people, but you don't even have energy to work on yourself. You are able to maintain and you are organized and you are, you know what I'm saying? You got some people to whereas they are organized when they are working for other people. They are making sure everything is well done, well kept when they're working for other people. When they cross over this line to work on themselves, all of a sudden the energy disappear. The energy gone. Where is it gone? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where the energy went? Where did the energy go? Soon as you step across this line to whereas now it's time for you to work on yourself, now the energy gone, bro. Where the energy gone to? What is going on, bro? Where the energy is? So the energy go only return when you're working for other people, but when it comes to working on yourself, the energy gone again? How many times the energy gonna be gone though? It's like, it's crazy to whereas some people, they never have energy when they working on themselves. They can only have energy when they working for other people. When they working on bettering other people, they have energy. When they working on, when it's time for them to work on themselves, they have zero energy. How is this possible, bruh? You have you don't even have no energy to work on yourself. So you got some people out there to whereas they might think like this, right? If I ain't got no energy to work on myself, if I ain't got no energy to work for myself and to work on myself, then I'm not gonna have energy to work for other people. You got people who think like that, bruh. You got people who actually think like that. They like, okay, cool. If I can't have energy to work on myself, let's just pretend I ain't got no energy to work for nothing else or anybody or anything else. You got people who think like that, man. Because you mean to tell me I'm supposed to give up on myself as I'm working on bettering other people? If that's the case, I might as create, hey, you know how I told you about that imaginary line that you step over and then you gain energy to work for other people? I might create my own line imaginary line to whereas, hey, when I step over this line to work for other people, my energy gone. Hey, I'm going to figure out a way to have energy to work on myself. That's me. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to figure out a way to have energy to work on myself. Cause where the energy gone? You know what I'm saying? What is zapping your energy? What is stealing your energy? To whereas you ain't got no energy to work on yourself? Well, if that's the case, I'd rather choose to have energy to work on myself than to have energy to work on other people. I'd rather choose to have energy to work on myself first. Then I can help other people. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather choose. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. You cannot just be like, oh, when it comes to working on bettering other people, I have all this energy. But what about yourself? So you destroying yourself because you're trying to have energy to work for other people, but you ain't even got none left for yourself. So what if your energy is? What if you in a bad condition? Who's gonna uplift you? You done used all your energy for you have nothing left for yourself, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Where are people placing their energy for real, bruh? People have all this strength and all this energy. These people is Superman, bro, when it comes to working for other people. But when it comes working on themselves, they have no energy. They have zero strength. How does this work, bro? What is the mentality behind this, bro? Me personally, I'd rather have energy to work on myself and to work on my relationship with God first. You know what I'm saying? Then when God lead me to help other people, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I gotta have energy for myself and for God first. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work on my relationship with God. I gotta work on myself. And then after that, we'll see the energy that's left to work on other people and bettering them. Because what's the point of bettering others when you're destroyed, when your health is messed up? How you gonna help other people when your health is messed up? How you gonna help people when you can't even help yourself? People doing everything backwards. These people got what you call backwards energy. These people got energy in reverse. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. These people got energy in reverse. The order of energy is supposed to go like this, right? You're supposed to have energy work on yourself. Work on your relationship with God. Work on yourself. Work on real stuff. Then you help others. Not help others while destroying yourself. You ain't got nothing for yourself. Then when your health about almost destroyed and you left with one health bar, your health is at 1%, your stuff is blinking red, then you'll be like, oh man, now it's time for me to have energy for myself. It might be too late. You know what I'm saying? You might have caused so much damage to yourself over the years, uplifting all these people, but you ain't even have no energy for yourself though. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of these people you going all out for, they don't even care for real. You know? And this could also apply to let's say starting your business versus 9 to 5. You know? This message could also apply to that. Now, I'm not going to judge people who have a 9 to 5. I'm not even going to judge, but I'm saying this could also apply to that. It's like you have energy to work for others and to better other people's companies and businesses, but if God gave you a business, you ain't even got no energy to work on that. So that could translate into that too. How is it that you have energy to uplift other people's businesses and ideas, but you ain't even got no energy to work on the ideas that God is showing you and the ideas that God is giving you? That's if God is giving you those ideas of business. You know what I'm saying? If God is giving you those ideas of business, and you ain't got no energy, but you got energy to work on other people's stuff, you get what I'm saying? So that example could also apply to that. Now, I'm not doing this message to look down on people. I'm just saying This is like facts, bro. Why does your energy disappear when it comes to focusing on yourself? When it comes to working on something that's gonna benefit you, why does your energy disappear, bro? When it comes to people working on themselves, their energy is finished, bro. It's gone. Their energy only gonna return when it's time to work for other people. Then you got some people may be like, okay, they may look at it like this, okay. They may be like, okay, I don't even have energy to work for other people, but I still have to do it to survive. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. They may be like, I don't even have the energy to work for other people, but I gotta work for other people to survive. They may say it like that. But let me ask you a question, right? So you're not important, like, so you working on yourself is not surviving. So you working on yourself is not surviving. You working on your health. You working on like getting yourself right, getting your relationship with God. That's not surviving though. You working on your relationship with God is not surviving though. So you gonna let your spiritual life die? You gonna die spiritually because you don't have a relationship with God and you ain't even working on yourself? So sustaining other people's stuff is more important than your own soul. Working on your relationship with God and focusing on yourself and doing all these different things to work on yourself. Oh, but I don't have the energy to work for other people too, but I'm doing it to survive. But even working on yourself is surviving though, because you gotta focus on getting healed as well, bro. Like even you gotta focus on yourself and your relationship with God. Even that's surviving too, bro. Even that's surviving too. So if you don't have energy to work for other people, but you're still doing it for survival, then with that same logic, I could ask you like, okay, cool. So you letting yourself go is not survival? Like, you think letting yourself go is not contributing to lessening your survival as well? So what logic is people kicking for real? Like, what logic is people trying to kick for real? Like, you can't loophole yourself out of this one. Irregardless of the logic you're trying to kick. Oh, but I be tired when I'm done working for other people. So I gotta smoke something. I gotta drink something to get my mind off of it. So look though. So why not work on yourself and be tired there? There's multiple places to be tired at. Why not work on yourself and be tired there, and then continue to push forward or whatever, or take a break, or pray to God that he'll give you extra strength. Bro, there's all type of ways, but having no energy to work on yourself is not an option, bro. You get what I'm saying? It can't be no option, bro. But hey, everybody got their own free will for real. But that's just basically everything I wanted to talk about for real, man. Like, peace.